woman woke up to find that what had been green, grassy fields just yesterday had transformed overnight into a dense forest. Thinking she must be seeing things, and asked her husband about it, but he calmly insisted that it had always been this way. Lena's scalp began to tingle as she remembered the car accident 2 months ago that killed her parents and left her diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. She started questioning her own mental state. The next day, when Lena opened the door again, she found herself in a completely different world. This time, they were on a hillside by a river. The dramatic change made her dizzy, and she tumbled straight down the slope into the water. Fortunately, her husband rescued her just in time, but Lena was absolutely terrified. She spent the entire day too scared to leave the house, convinced that something was seriously wrong with her mind. On the third day, she mustered the courage to open the door again, and they were back to the original grassy field. Her husband still insisted that nothing outside had changed. This massive disconnect in their perceptions nearly drove Lena to a breakdown. She rushed into the nearby woods, desperate for answers, but after just a few steps, she came face to face with a hanging noose. Lena fainted on the spot. When she came to, her husband had already taken her to a hospital in the city for examination. 2 days later, the doctor said she was physically fine. It was just a complication from her psychological trauma. The day after they returned to the cottage, she opened the door to find a stinking sewage ditch outside. This time, Lena kept her cool. She pulled out her phone and photographed everything around them to preserve the evidence. But when she showed the photos to her husband, he remained calm and said he was going out to buy groceries. Just then, Lena overheard her husband on the phone with the doctor. The doctor said this was a normal symptom of mental illness and criticized her husband for letting her leave the hospital too early. Lena began taking medication as prescribed, but her suspicions only grew stronger. She noticed that her husband always poured her water first, while he only drank from bottles with blue caps. To test her theory, Lena secretly switched all the red and blue bottle caps while her husband was away. When he returned and drank what was originally prepared for her, he indeed developed symptoms of chest tightness and shortness of breath. So Lena pretended to feel dizzy, hoping to extract more information. While her husband was in the shower, she rushed outside and grabbed an axe to investigate the secret beneath their house. When she pried open the wooden boards, what she saw made her gasp. The entire underside of the house was mounted on wheels. The house that seemed to weigh a ton was actually completely mobile. Lena immediately understood everything. She went back inside, poured out half her water to fake having drunk it, then lay in bed pretending to sleep. Sure enough, thinking she was asleep, her husband began his mysterious activities. He carefully packed away all the fragile items in the house, preparing to move it again. Lena couldn't take it anymore and grabbed a tool to knock her husband unconscious, but she was too weak to disconnect the coupling device, so she decided to drive away with the entire house attached. Just then, her unconscious husband woke up, instantly realized he'd been discovered, and jumped out to drag Lena from the car. Lena managed to escape into the pitch-black forest during the chaos, with her husband's crazed shouting echoing behind her.